With criminal charges looming over Maduka Okoye, Nigeria Super Eagles head coach Eric Chelle has a choice to make. You're welcome to the show. Now, with Maduka Okoye, Nigeria's number two, facing likely criminal charges for betting related issues with respect to a game he played in March of 2024, Eric Chelle has a choice to make. You know, we don't want to be talking about this. Don't want to see a young player, any goalkeeper, any human being, for that matter, to be in a situation like this. But that's where we find ourselves. So that means there's a huge likelihood that Madika Okoye will be unable, to feature for the Nigerian Super Eagles come March 2025 when the World Cup qualifiers, would recommence or restart. So I think Eric Chelle has a choice to make with respect to getting not only a number two, but someone who will be able to, give strong competition to Stanley Wabali, the current number one, and possibly if Wabali uh, is not performing very well, or is out injured for whatever reason, or is missing for whatever reason, you have someone who can actually move into his slot, take his spot, and be, in not just an understudy, but an out and out number one, if the case demands it, or at least a strong number two. So for me, there are two names that come to mind. One is Noah Atubolu, that plays for Frankfurt in Germany in the Bundesliga, and Ato Konkwo, that plays for Wrexham. And one interesting thing is that I think Ato Konkwo, since 2024, February 2024, has switched nationality to Nigeria. And I think FIFA has granted, his request to switch his nationality to Nigeria. And that gets me to think, why hasn't he been called? Why hasn't he, been invited by, the NFF? And then you have the various coaches, Augustin Guavon, Jose Pesero. Why haven't they? Why didn't they invite him? Because I think he's been very, very good for Wrexham. Although you say Wrexham is the League One side now, so maybe you think that he's not competing at the top end. But when you really look at it, who 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 are the other what other choices do you have? I think that's what I'm searching for. What other choices do you have? Which other uh people would I say top class goalkeepers you have out there? There's Noah Tubulu, but I don't think he's switched his nationality yet to Nigeria because he's eligible to play for Germany and to play for Nigeria. Though I would like him to commit his future to the Nigerian Super Eagles by this minute, he's not yet eligible to play for Nigeria. And that's usually would be the argument that would come, to bear when you're talking about someone like Noah Tubolu. It would be, he hasn't switched yet to play for Nigeria, so why are you talking about him? I'm talking about him because he's a very talented goalkeeper, and I think he would, he has enormous potential and a very high upside, and he'll bring so much to Nigerian Super Eagles and be very good competition, for Stanley Wabale, and can even have a shout, for being to be the number one for Nigerian Super Eagles. So I speak about him because never leave a talent on the table until he's 100% sure that he isn't going to play for Nigerian Super Eagles or isn't ready to commit his future to Nigerian Super Eagles. So that's for Noah Tubulu. But Ato Konko, as I was saying earlier on, he switched his nationality to Nigeria. He's been available, for a while now, almost a year now, because this we're in February now. So it's almost a year he switched nationality to Nigeria. So what has been the drawback, NFF? Gusau, what has been the drawback? Was the person, what was the drawback? Augustine Eguavon, what, was the drawback? Why didn't you invite him? And now Eric Chelle, he has a choice to make. Is he going to invite both of them, or would he just invite Ato Okonkwo? I think the NFF, like I said, the NFF shouldn't be picking the squad for Eric Chelle, because it is the manager's responsibility. He gets the glory if the team wins, and he gets sacked if the team loses. So I don't want the NFF, while I don't want the NFF to, pick his team for him. But while I don't want that, what I want the NFF to do is to go on to select, not select, is to go on to help get the players, provide him the tools he needs for the job. and that includes getting to convince the likes of Noah Tubulu in this instance to commit their future to Nigerian Super Eagles. Or when you have someone like an Ato Okonkwo who has already committed his future to Nigerian Super Eagles, who has already switched his nationality, and you've had that, his national team allegiance, and you've had that confirmed, and approved, ratified by the FIFA, then you shouldn't be sitting on your oars. You shouldn't be sitting on your hands, because all you have to do is to have his name in the in the list for a World Cup qualifier or an official game, and have him invited, because he is now available and ready to play for the Nigerian Super Eagles. And one mistake that sometimes the NFL makes, or Nigerians make, is, oh, this player, he plays for a League One side, we want to see him anywhere near the national team, and you're waiting for the time when he becomes a goalkeeper for Chelsea, so to speak, or maybe becomes a goalkeeper for a team maybe like would I say Ipswich Town or something, a club that you've seen before, you've heard of before, and then you want him then to be a goalkeeper for the Nigerian Super Eagles. Now, while that would be nice if a goalkeeper has risen to the highest, would I say, not echelon, but to the highest point of football, where he's either a goalkeeper for a top four Premier League side, or for a top four, top five La Liga side, or even for a top four, Bundesliga side. While that would be good if you can get him then to come and stand between the sticks for you, that would be very, very good, because he's now playing at a higher level. It will be good, but sometimes you need to get them early. You need to get them before the competition becomes stiff. You need to get them in the building as early as you can. Sometimes in these things, the psychology of things, you know, and he has shown his commitment, because that's one thing people like to say. I've read comments to this video, to my videos. I've had discussions with people as well. They always say, why sometimes do you focus on people with one nationality? Why don't you focus on the ones who have just Nigerian nationality? Why don't you focus on the ones who have shown overt evidence that they want to play for the Nigerian Super Eagles? He has made it clear, has made it overt. There's nothing more overt in footballing terms, international footballing terms, than a player switching his nationality and getting that switch approved by FIFA. So he's got that done. So I think that is enough evidence, and that's been almost very close to a year at the minute. If not just slightly under a year that he's done this, and why are we still waiting? So for me, Eric Chelle, I think this is a choice you have to make. At the minute, I think Ato Okonkwo should be invited to join up with the Nigerian Super Eagles. He's a very brilliant goalkeeper, a massive unit, which is needed in this modern time. You need a goalkeeper who is able to command his box, and who is a very good shot stopper, and someone who is good with the ball at his feet as well. So I think these two goalkeepers have these qualities. They're both tall, huge, they're good with their feet, and they're good shot stoppers. So I think either of these choices would be good. I would like to have both, because you never leave talent on the table. You never abandon quality. You need as much quality as you can possibly get for whether it's your club side or your national team in this instance. So that's what I would like to see. So which of this would you want Eric Chelle to go for? Which of them would you want if you could choose? Let's say you can have just one between Ato Okonkwo and Noah Tubulu. Who would you go for? Who would you opt for? So let me know in the comment section. So at this point, I've come to the end of this video, and I would like to say thanks for those of you who have been subscribing. Thanks for liking the video. Thanks for clicking on the notification bell so you're notified each time I go live or post a pre-recorded video on the channel. And like I always say, stay well and stay blessed. Bye-bye.